As we kick off part 4 of the 5 minutes or less roadside conversations, I think back to the end of segment 3 in which I didn't necessarily cover what I wanted to cover. I made it seem like it was going to be only a minute or two in which I could disprove theism or put it down or try to make sense of it or try to make somebody look at it from a broader perspective. And that's not how you do it, and that's not what you should do. You should never challenge somebody's core theistic beliefs unless those beliefs are causing you harm or causing others harm. And I think theism at its nature does cause harm to us as a community. And whenever I talk about community from now on, you gotta know I'm talking about the global community. You know, I'm talking about all these people who are driving by me right now, standing on the fucking corner, living their lives, and the same extent to all people across the world that are doing the same thing. I know that what's happening within 5 miles of me in every direction, here in San Diego, California, in the United States of America, is happening in much the same way in every other country in the world. I don't care about other cultures and why they like or dislike us because I've got my own problems. I'm struggling to survive within the bounds of how the governing percentage of mankind has set the way life works for the rest of us. I'm working to pay bills. I'm working to provide for my family. I'm working to make life happen and putting in enough for others' benefit to benefit myself. And I know in every other part of the world, there's a vast number of people doing exactly the same thing. They're trying to make a good life for their people. They're trying to make a good life in their community for themselves. And if they could, they would advance the human race. They would put out ideas that make everything run smoother, make everything work better for the rest of us, also making things run smoother and better for themselves. They're not, I don't think, given that opportunity. I think you have to, because of the way society is constructed, worry more about yourself than about the person next to you. And I think that's very pointedly done by a small percentage of the population. It is specifically decided that things will work in this way. And despite the fact that it makes sense to do it another way, we will, unfortunately, unless we do something about it, continue to operate in that manner. So, retroactively, I'll hop back and say, this segment is about why. Why theism? Why theism and governance intersect. That was the ending of segment number 3. And on that point, as we get into the last minute and a half, there's no way that religion and state should interact with one another. Now, I think it's great if somebody's a good person who favors universal productivity, progress, and care, and they happen to strengthen their beliefs, by finding refuge spiritually in God. What I don't think is acceptable is trying to make decisions that limit any other group of people, any other ideology or segment of the population, because there are stipulations in your theistic belief that make those people less valuable than you. You should never desire to discriminate or alienate another person or group of people because the creator of the universe and the founder of moral responsibility and compassion demands that a certain group of people be excommunicated or excluded. Because realistically, no God that creates the vastness of the earth would hate.